Alright, so it's been a while since I've given you an update video. Basically, I am no longer acting. That's not particularly true. I'm acting in a few things here and there, but I'm not pursuing acting. Farley, come on. You fat tabby. Look at this boy. Look how big he is. This is my girlfriend's cat. So it's been a while. I have given up acting as like my main career choice. If you saw my Who Am I video, you know that I went to Atlanta, got into a car accident, and couldn't afford to live there anymore. I was able to appear in Cobra Kai in a show called The Game. I mean, as an extra, but I mean, I am now at Full Sail University though. When I went back to Houston with my parents, I was really depressed for a while, and they told me that I have an eye for this kind of thing and that I should go to Full Sail to pursue film and writing and directing. So I did. When you get that kind of encouragement from your parents, I mean, there's no reason not to, right? Mom and Dad, I know you're watching. I love you very much. Thank you for suggesting that. And thank you for supporting me on my filmmaking journey. This video is gonna serve as what I've observed as film school do's and don'ts. I've been at Full Sail for a little over 2 years now, and I've noticed quite a few people doing a few things that are not gonna get them very far in the industry. Here's the thing about film school. You can learn anything about filmmaking at home. The good thing about film school, though, is you get a lot of equipment to make your short films with. You meet a lot of people. Something to remember is that people are meeting you. You know, we used to have this saying in the acting world, you're always auditioning. Let's say you get the part as an actor and you're like, awesome, cool, now I can be a douche. No, you can't, because people aren't gonna wanna work with you anymore. I don't care how good of a actor you are. If you're bringing bad vibes to my set, I don't want you there. And I know I'm just a film student, so there's gonna be a few people here in the comments, I'm gonna beat you to it, who are like,
oh, this guy doesn't know anything, he's just a film student, he hasn't made anything.
Speaking of the stuff that I've made, we'll get to that later actually. Don't be a jerk. Don't be lazy. You're always auditioning. In the filmmaking world, your job is going to be shaky. Sometimes there are jobs all the time. Sometimes, everywhere you go, there's a filmmaking job or a job on a set or an editing job, whatever you want to do, and you're going to be able to do that, and it's going to be great for you, But there are also times where it's drought and there's no jobs there, and so you got to know people. To quote Tyrion Lannister from Game of Thrones,
I try to know as many people as I can. Never know which one you'll need.
And that's true. You never know which person you're gonna need, to contact with, or you're gonna never know what person from your film school has made it in the industry to a certain degree, and they're like, hey, I need a PA. And you know what? That leads into my second tip. Accept whatever you can. All right? If they're saying, hey, I need a PA, don't sit there and be like,
well, I went to film school, I can be a writer or director.
No, you have to pay your dues, okay? Also, like I said, there's not a whole lot of writing and directing jobs out there. That's not gonna come. And if you're just getting out of film school, you haven't made anything yet. I've made a few short films. They're not gonna get me discovered. No one but who watches this channel or who goes to those film festivals is gonna see them. Why are you betting on all of that? No, get on more sets and get to know people. And it doesn't matter what position. In fact, you may find out that that's what you want to do. So that's another thing. Don't go into it concretely like, I want to be a director, I want to be a writer. I went into film school at Full Sail. I went in thinking that I would want to be a cinematographer or a director of photography to some people, I went in thinking that I have a good eye for the camera, I know what I'm looking for. Come to find out, I'm more qualified to be a regular director than I am camera guy. Camera is like really hard for me for some reason. Lighting is really hard for me. I didn't know all of the things that went in, I didn't know all the requirements that went into that job. Lighting is hard. And it's hard to get it right. It's hard to be creative with your lighting. That's why for me, as you all know, as people who have been following me for a little while, I wanted to be an actor. And what I learned is that the director is the one who's communicating with the actors the whole time. And if you don't know how to communicate with an actor, you shouldn't be a director. If you've never taken acting classes, you shouldn't be a director, because you have to talk to the actors and speak to them in their language. That's why Quentin Tarantino is such a good director who gets a bunch of actors coming back. It's because he's been an actor and he knows how to talk to them. That being said, don't go to Full Sail or any film school with the idea of, I'm going to do this, because it will change. Tip number 4 here, just listen to your professors. There are plenty of times where you're gonna hear some things you don't like. And there are gonna be plenty of times where your students around you are all complaining about that thing, and they're gonna be like,
What do these guys know?
they know more than you. All right, they do. Now, obviously, there are lines to that, and there are some professors who obviously, you know, everybody dislikes, and even some of the other professors dislike, and, you know, I'm sure there's reasons for that. But at the same time, these guys have knowledge and wisdom that you do not. So be humble and approach them and talk to them because they want to talk to you. They want to help you, otherwise they wouldn't be in this position. So go talk to them, listen to them, and put it in practice. I mean, one of my last tips here about the do's and don'ts of film schooling: use what you have. If you have an iPhone, use your iPhone. You have a Samsung, use a Samsung. Make what you can with what you can, all right? If you can't afford a good camera, you know, a good craftsman doesn't blame his tools, all right? If you're truly a filmmaker, you have to love doing what you do, and you can't just wait for the right camera or the right crew to come along. You make what you can with what you can. That's another reason, though, to go to film school, and I'll promote Full Sail right now, is because you meet a lot of people. And this is kind of a little bonus tip here. Once you get out, you know, like, here's what a lot of people will do, specifically Full Sail students. I'm sure it's like this in other film schools, but I go to Full Sail, so I'm gonna talk to you about that reputation. They have a reputation of pretending like they know everything, or thinking that they know everything. This is a prime example of the Dunning-Kruger effect. Now, the Dunning-Kruger effect is basically learning a little bit about something and then thinking you're a master at it. Just because you have a degree in film does not mean you're a filmmaker. And it doesn't mean you're good at it. A lot of directors and a lot of cinematographers, editors, will say they didn't get good at it for a long time. Of course, this is a very ego-driven industry, right? We don't need more of them. Be humble. Be thankful that you're on a set. If you know what you're doing, be confident in that, yes, but don't pretend like you know everything, and don't go up to the director if you're a PA and
Be like, hey, you know what? In film school, I learned that we shouldn't do that. I'm a Full Sail student. I know what I'm doing.
gone, out of the industry. You're done, blacklisted, gone forever. And then you gave the rest of us a bad name. Don't do that. Don't even approach the director if it's your first time on a set. Build that. There's no right way to network, but there is a wrong way to network, and that's definitely one of them, because now you're insulting everybody who worked actually really hard at Full Sail and is humble and is going to make it in the industry if they aren't tainted by your reputation that you've put on us. That's my my last little tip here about film school. I highly encourage everybody to give Full Sail a try. Film school in general, I think if you are passionate about filmmaking, you should do it, but only if you really love to do it. If you're not sure, if you're just like, oh, I like watching movies, so I think I'd be a good filmmaker, I do some more research into it, because it's not a glamorous life. If you're not in love with the process, then you're not gonna like the rest of your life. You're not gonna like all the money that you're gonna spend on it going to this school. There was a guy that I was going to school with for the first few months at my school. He was in every class with us. I'm not gonna say his name, but he went to school at Full Sail to be an actor. Full Sail is not an acting school. It is not that. It is a filmmaking school. It's a gaming school. It's an audio design school. It's a digital design school. There's lots of little categories in there, but one of them is not acting. I mean, he wanted to be an actor, and there were some times where we'd be in like an editing class learning how to edit, doing all the codes and everything, and I'd edited a few things before, so it was coming easier to me and easier to my friend Sergio. And if he was sitting there next to us, and we were trying to help him, but he kept saying to us, I think I'm in over my head. And sure enough, I haven't seen him since that class. In fact, he didn't even show up for the final exam in that class. He's just gone. And that's real. That happens. And I don't want you to be one of those people. So do some research. And like I said, if you really want to do it, Godspeed. I hope to see you there. But if you don't know, I wouldn't bother. Okay, so now for a little bit of an update on some of the things I've made. As you've seen on this channel, I made a film called Submarine, and that film I've shown it to a few of my professors. It's kind of become a meme in my friend group, because if you don't know, my buddy Sergio was the cinematographer on that, but he was also he's been a cinematographer on a lot of my stuff. He was also the man in the bathtub at the very end there. So that's become kind of a joke among my professors and students. Another film that we made was called The Mark. It is a no dialogue film. It's not a silent film, it's a no dialogue film. It's basically the story of Cain and Abel. And I have a behind the scenes video. I have the actual video. I have not posted those yet because I'm trying to get that one into a film festival. It was filmed last year in the summer when I was lighter and more comfortable without a shirt on. It was one of my favorite projects I've made, and so I hope that you all get to see that soon. After that, we made a short film in one of my classes, but I had a whole crew with it. I was the director and I wrote it. It was called Ultraviolet Winter, and I wanted to show you guys the trailer. I have no definite release date for this thing yet. Like The Mark, I'm trying to get it into a film festival, but I do want to show you the trailer just so you guys can be hyped for it. And this is it. This is the trailer. Hope you enjoy.
Sorry. I have nothing left.
I need help. Please.
I'm sorry. Go away.
Please. A storm is coming.
Even more reason for me to isolate.
Oh well. I'm dead anyway.
What changed?
Everything.
All right, so that was fun. Yeah, so that was the trailer for Ultraviolet Winter. Hope you enjoyed that. Hope you guys are excited for it. I'm excited to release it. It's been one of my favorite projects that I've worked on. I also posted recently my director's reel, and you can even see some clips from The Mark and from Ultraviolet Winter in there. Yeah, that's what I've done. Very happy that I have been at Full Sail, and I've been fortunate enough to direct quite a few short films here at Full Sail. If you follow those instructions, I think you'll have a great time at Full Sail, just as I have done. But yeah, that's what I've got for you so far. Follow my Instagram here at Jetty the Yeti Official. Follow my Facebook at Jet Latham. Can't wait to update you guys more on what I've been doing. So don't forget to remember to like and subscribe and commit to the bit.